This routine will give you immediate relief from shoulder pain from a slap tear, but even any shoulder pain, this will really help. I've had a slap tear in both shoulders. I'm about to go out and do a handstand workout, but I'm feeling some pain in this shoulder, and I really feel it in the bicep when I lift my arm up like this, which is directly associated with my old slap tear. So the routine that I'm about to do in a really short time is going to fix that pain so that I can get on with my workout. I'm starting with a lat stretch, and the easier way to do this would be like this. Okay, intermediate like this, and then hardest like this. This is very intense, this version. Now, everything that I'm doing in this routine, I've picked up from really good sports physiotherapists along my way after having my slap tears. I didn't get shoulder surgery, and I've been able to regain all of my function, all my capabilities, but you still have bad days, you know? Today is just one of those days where I did a lot of volume yesterday on my shoulders in my strength training, and today it's just really not feeling good. And so I just need to give it some extra care. And honestly, 90% of shoulder pain can be dramatically improved with a good lat stretch. The lats, tight lats, are a major contributor to shoulder pain. When I started this video, I was really feeling some pain in my bicep and in the front of the shoulder, especially when I lifted up there. And honestly, after doing just that lat stretch, the pain's about half. I shouldn't really call it pain. I'd more call it discomfort. But now I'm going to do some muscle scraping here. Now, I'm using this ached away muscle scraper, and it's pretty good. It's got a vibrating function, and it heats up as well. And if you're into that, then get one of these. There's a link in the description of this video and a discount code. But in all honesty, there's some really cost-effective ones that are about 1/10 of the price that you can get on Amazon. So I'll put but they don't have the vibrating and the heat function. So if you just want a basic muscle scraper, there's a link in the description where you can get one for 1/10 of this. But if you want the one with the bells and whistles, then you can grab it. And of course, if you use our affiliate links, it just helps us to be able to keep doing what we do and support the channel. So when you do muscle scraping, I'm just going up the bicep. Okay, and it's really interesting because on the injured side here, well, actually I've had a slap tear in both shoulders, but this side's worse. When I do the scraping, it feels like I'm going over like a gravel road, whereas on this side, it feels like I'm going over a smooth concrete road. It's really interesting. So, and when I've spoken to physical therapists, and they talk about how that's how they look for areas that need work in the body when they do scraping. So, yeah, I'm just going over that bicep and just going right up to the shoulder. You can see it's really getting into a lot of those blood vessels there. And then you can use these corners when you get up to your shoulder like this. So I'll get a bit closer so you can see. So I'm getting right up in there like that. So that's where it looks like I'm doing the shoulder, and of course I am, but I'm trying to get the long head of the bicep. Okay, because that's what really causes this pain, or is associated with this pain from a slap tear. It's the long head of the bicep. That's where you feel pain down your bicep when you've had a slap tear. And so just a little bit like that can really make a difference for you. Now we're going to move on to some trigger point release. My favorite tool for trigger point release is a lacrosse massage ball. These are the cheapest and by far the best. Again, there's a link in the description of this video if you want to get these ones that I'm using. And all I'm doing, I'm actually just going anywhere on my back on the side where I feel pain, and I'm just looking for spots that are sore. So I just move around. So at first I start up high, and it's not like you don't have to worry about whether you know anatomy or not, and if you're getting your levator scapula or if you're getting your upper trapezius, or you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Just work around, and there we go, there's a sore spot. And so then when I find a sore spot, I'm going to try and find the angle where I can really get into it. And then I lift as much of my body weight as I can off the ground so that I'm applying as much pressure into that physio ball as possible, and just hold it for about 10 seconds. And you just try and find, oh, there's a good one. and they really take your breath away. When you find a good one, you got to really breathe through it. Oh, and you're just working around the shoulder first. And I'm trying to just look for those sore spots. Oh, that's the real one. And then I try and find the angle to be able to apply pressure on that ball. Oh, man. And it feels like a physical therapist, like digging into you, with their thumb. And then after that, I basically work down the lat again, because the lat, it's such a big muscle. It goes from like T7, thoracic 7, right down to your pelvis. So if you think about, thoracic 7, it's somewhere around here, about anywhere from there down, and you're going to be hitting the lat. And we want to find these sore spots and just get some weight on it. So I'm lifting my bum off the ground, I'm lifting my shoulders off the ground so that as much of my weight is on that ball as possible. Now, I've been doing this for a while, so I can handle more pain and discomfort than the average person. Oh, that's a tough one. Just as I say, I can handle. Oh, man. Oh, it takes your breath away. What I meant by that is like the way that I can sit up and get more weight on the ball. I know I can handle a bit more than the average person. For a lot of you, just laying on the ball will be too much. You won't be able to maneuver yourself like I am to get more weight on the ball, and that's fine. Oh, I can see why I'm feeling shoulder pain today. With all these, I don't normally have this much pain and discomfort from doing these trigger point releases, and so this is a real sign that that these muscles that I'm getting a release on are really tight and locked up. So my nervous system has locked everything down and is trying to protect everything, and that presents as shoulder impingement, restricted range of motion, pain, discomfort. Oh, God. Oh, it really takes your breath away when you get a good spot. And I'm basically just taking a break between each spot, and I'm feeling more down here. And you'd be so surprised as to how much getting a trigger point release down here can actually relieve shoulder pain from your slap tear. It really does. And so, I'm doing this in real time for you as well, so you can see exactly how much time I dedicate to this. And if your pain and discomfort wasn't so bad, you wouldn't need to devote so much time to it. But in the early days of my slap tear, I used to do things like this every day. But now, honestly, I only actually do it like this much work, probably once a week or less even, maybe even once a month. And I've probably let it go for a little bit too long because it's crept up on me today. This one's not so bad. So I've gotten past the worst of it. And so now I'm going to move a little bit away from the spine and see what I can find. And now we'll come up and I'll just test my range now. We'll see what it's like. Oh, that's already so much less pain. So it's a massive, massive release. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'm going to do some muscle activation drills for the scapular stabilizers and rotator cuff in a second. But before I do that, I'm going to get some releases around the pecs. So now what I'm doing is I'm basically getting the ball anywhere on my chest, anywhere where I feel that I need to get a release. So it's not a particular spot. It's just getting down on that ball and moving around. Okay, there we go, straight away. Oh, you find that tight spot and you try and get as much of your body weight into that spot as possible. Oh, woo! And then you try and find another one. There we go. And you've got to you got to play around with the way that you lean on the ball. Oh man. Woo! Oh man, okay. All right. So these next few exercises are to awaken my scapular stabilizers and rotator cuff, to basically remind them how to do their job properly, because when you get this kind of impingement and the shoulder locks itself down, the scapular stabilizers and the rotator cuff forget how to do their job properly, and you have to remind them. So I'm doing all of this before my workout. I'm about to go and do a handstand workout. This is a warm-up for me. And these exercises here are taken from our shoulder rehab program that I give to our UMS tribe members and that I did in the earlier stages of my shoulder rehab. And if you're in the earlier stages of your shoulder rehab, what I'm doing here is going to be too intense for you. You need to do regressed versions, and you need to start from ground zero and then work your way up. So if that's you and you can't do this stuff, then go to unitygym.com, join the UMS tribe membership, and I'll write a custom program for you to deal with that shoulder pain. You also get coaching as well. It's a really valuable experience. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to grab this row here and externally rotate. Hold for 3 seconds. So I'm really thinking of retracting and depressing my scapula, rowing and externally rotating and holding for 3 seconds. And when you start with this exercise, 1 kilo or 2 pounds, 2.2 pounds is going to be more than enough to get started with. Even half a kilo or 1.1 pounds is enough for most people. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm up to 5 kilos, 11 pounds. That's way heavy for this exercise. You're not looking to be lifting 10 kilos or 22 pounds. This is not that kind of exercise. This is really training those scapular stabilizers, reminding them how to do their job properly so that they control the scapula the way they're meant to. All right. Okay, this one's for the rotator cuff. So it's an isometric contraction, pulling out like this, keeping the arms vertical and keeping the scapula depressed. That's a very strong isometric contraction for the rotator cuff. Again, this is not a beginner exercise. There's a lot that we do in the earlier phases of slap tear rehab before you do this. But this is this routine isn't intended to be a beginner routine, not at all. I'm just sharing what I'm doing today because the shoulder pain that I had this morning, I wouldn't have been able to do a proper workout. But people think that pain equals need to rest, and it doesn't most of the time, like the vast majority of the time. It means that you need to modify your training, you need to get your body functioning the way that it's meant to, and then adjust your workout, but keep going. Hey, if you're getting value out of this, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post at least 2 videos a day showing my workouts, working on calisthenics and weights, overcoming these old shoulder injuries. I'm working towards my calisthenics goals of a handstand push-up and a one-arm pull-up that I'm working on this year. This is the kind of stuff that I really wish was available to me when I was starting my journey, because all I could really find on YouTube was videos of people that were just way better than me, doing things that were out of my league and just trying to explain how easy it was. But there was no one showing the journey like what I'm doing here. So if this is something that interests you, if you want to be able to join in with me daily, see what I'm doing, how I manage all this stuff and keep moving forward towards my goals, then that's what my intention is with these videos. So this one, it's like a Turkish get-up, it is a Turkish get-up at the start. You've got to cover the spot on the roof, the same spot. So as you come up, the same spot on the roof is covered from your eyes, and then you protract, retract, protract, retract, Do that a couple of times and then come back down under control. So you've got to use this leg to push up and up on your hand, and then you protract, retract, protract, retract, like that. And I'll just do one more. And that's it. Now I'm going to go and do my hanging handstand mobility and flow workout. And if you want to see that, you can check it out. I'll put a link right there for you. And yeah, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you've got any questions, let me know. And if you want to get a custom shoulder rehab program for you and work with me and the team personally, then go to unitygym.com and join the UMS Tribe membership.